that makes things a little bit better. I'm now driving the show, so hopefully we can be back again. So, yeah, apologise for that. Maybe it's the snow. We've got Trev and Trev. You need to change your name, Johnny.
Maybe I did, and it didn't accept it.
I can do that for you. Look at me. I'm a bit clever these days. There we go. How about that?
Good-o. Thank you very much.
I could have called you anything then. Now I know I can do that. So, yeah, apologies for that. I'm not sure exactly where we were at. I think we're talking about breakout players. A few names have been mentioned. I haven't given my breakout player yet. Cottrell's been mentioned. Motlop's been mentioned. Who else was mentioned? Boyd, I think, was mentioned. Johnny, who are you putting the moz on?
Yeah, no, I'm too gun shy now. I think having SBS and Setterfield in the canon the last few years.
Yeah. Come on, we don't mind. I'm sure it's just bad luck. Thanks, Mick. You're back. Good to see you. Sorry about that. I'm sure it's just been bad luck.
I do have one, and I alluded to it earlier in the show. If this man can stay fit, it's not only breakout, but he could become one of the best defenders in the country, which is Callum Marchbank. And I hope so much he stays fit, because it would be a shame for AFL for him not to realise his best.
Yes, a very, very big shame. I'll give my breakout play when I give my team, which I'll do that on my best 22 in a second. And I'm expecting a little bit of pushback, as you do when you give a best 22. Hopefully everyone else can give their best 22. We talk about some of the deficiencies on where our side is. The wings are sort of one of those standout things. We obviously got Chera there, and we brought in Akers as that. I see a player like Marchbank as potentially, a player that might be one that could play a wing role as well.
Yeah, we've said that for a long time, haven't we? And Williamson when he was with us as well. Yeah, potentially. I think that they rate Marchbank too much as a defender now. Just from hearing what the players say in their interviews and stuff, I think they just rate him too highly as a defender.
Yep. Mick Lever says, "How is Ed looking?" Well, Ed is looking super duper.
He always does, though.
He always does, and he's super fit. I put it out there last year that Ed, may or should potentially put his hand up and retire. I thought he may do that, and just for the sort of sake of putting someone else on the list, obviously, and I got shot down severely, for that. Why would he do that? Why would he give up pay? I also put a disclaimer on that I would hope that he would stick around as a player in our VFL side. What they've done to rookie him is a smart move. A couple of people have asked, do I see Ed playing senior footy this year? The answer is no, I don't. I think Ed Curno's got different ideas about that, and good on him. And I hope that he has every opportunity to play senior footy. It's just that I don't think he will. I'm not sure what anyone else thinks, but again, rookie, fantastic. If it came down to Ed and Liam Stocker, I'm choosing Ed probably 9 times out of 10. And he's around there to see and guide some young blokes through the VFL as well. So, yeah, it's a win-win.
Yeah, I'm happy with it. I'm very happy with it. Ed fit. Yeah, I agree with everything that you said. Just playing the devil's advocate here, in terms of out of our squad still, who is the best back and forward runner in the team? I reckon he still fits that bill.
Okay. Very good. Again, best for him. I'm sure, as I said, he's got some really good intentions to try and play some footy. This will have to be his last year with Charlie, and all the best of luck to him. It'll be a fairy tale if he played played some games, in the twos and in the ones, and you never know what could happen these days in footy.
Now, Matt Javier, good to see you, mate. Are you heading to the third test? down at the Gabba. I'll be there, and I'll be probably there in my Carlton jumper. Just hope to see you down there, mate.
Anyone going to the cricket these days? It seems a little bit bare.
Yeah, they didn't promote that too well, did they? For
That's a bit nuts. Speaking of Mac, good point. Thank you very much for bringing that up. His interview near Bell's Beach, a great insight of the man. Fully okay with the club flicking him, but loves the club and footy, so a tick for me. VFL guidance, hopefully not for injuries. 100% agree. Good point, mate.
need a lift, Mac. Yeah, I'm getting the train, mate.
Brendan Whitford, Pinternet will be a hot key for us again next year. Fingers crossed he stays fit. All right, everyone. Choose one, Pinternet or TDK, round one. We want to hear it. Johnny?
Pitnet for me.
Wow.
I don't actually like much of what Jared Healy says, but I think on SEN today he came up with a very, very good point. Is that TDK is a forward ruck, not a ruck forward, and with that in mind, he's three of the towers, and he pinch hits when Pitnet's either injured or when he needs a rest. Pitnet for me is a ruck back. I'd loved his work 2 seasons ago when he was fit and he was just filling a hole, and a very, very important and large hole in the back line just to stop opposition forwards running into space. He was excellent at that. That's my perfect scenario, which where ruckman, it never happens, and you also almost got to think that ruckman, you're not going to get a full season out of him. There's no way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, look, there's very good arguments, and you make a very good one for your man Pitnet. It's a bit of a 50-50 scenario.
Yeah, but only 10% of the time.
Oh, look, we must be getting up in the world. We've got trolls. I
Yeah,
want to offer you a promotion to your channel viewers, followers, chatbots. Price is lower than any competitor. We'll click on that.
Just blocked him. This is a problem going to other streams like Restream. Like, what are we on? Twitch? Oh, my God. Yeah.
TDK is for Troy Telemo. G'day, Troy. Mick says TDK. Pinnet, sorry, says Troy. Mick is a TDK man. I am a TDK man.
Yeah, it's fair enough.
All right, I'll do my 22. Have you got a 22, or am I just going to be the one that does it?
Yep. Have you put it up as a graphic?
No, I'm not that smart. Can I do it? Let me see what I can do. 22. Let me see if I can do that. Where are we? Graphics. Hold on 1 second, everyone. Over your head, which will be even better. Trev Hooters. No, you don't want to see that photo of Trev Hooters. Maybe you do want to see that. Oh, here we go. Can everyone see that?
Oh, that's
Can
garbage.
you see that? Can you see it for a start?
Oh, I wish I didn't. That's garbage.
Okay. Trev's 22. Maybe I should have put Trev's photo up of Hooters. I might just do that anyway for fun and giggles.
Okay, let's talk us through it, mate. Who have you left out, and who couldn't you fit in?
Well, I don't know if I've. There we go. That's a much better graphic, don't you think?
Oh, look at the noodles on top of your hair.
They were the days. We're back to one viewer. We're back to one viewer at Facebook. I don't know what's going on. Maybe we've lost everyone again.
Hey, this is your turn.
Am I redoing everything? What do we do if we've only down to one? That can't be good.
Yeah, it's disconnected again.
How do I go again?
I've tried to do it again. It's just not working. Facebook's not working at the moment. Oh, we're now offline. Beautiful.
Okay, you're offline or everyone's offline? Maybe I'll just do a reset.
Oh, we're back. We're back on Facebook.
Okay, fantastic.
Oh my God, Facebook's killing us tonight. So I thought it was at my end, but because you're streaming, it's Facebook problem.
Yeah, not sure. So sorry, everyone. Hopefully everyone's back again. Can you please let us know if you are back? If you can see us, humbly apologise. We are having a few technical issues tonight.
We're having a bear.
Yeah, well, we'll blame Facebook for losing all our revenue.
Yeah, well, I think we've taken out the middleman as being the problem.
So will I refresh or what do you want me to do?
We should be back on, but whether others, oh no, Facebook's gone again.
I'll do a refresh of this and see what happens. Reload and see what happens.
I'm still trying to refresh Facebook, but it's jumping out, mate.
There we go. I'll just do this. I know what I'll do. I'll do that off, and I'll go on back to Facebook. Sending data, says Facebook. We're good on Twitter. There we go. We're back on Facebook, I hope. We're good on YouTube. We're good on Twitch. Maybe we should cut the other streams off. I don't know if that will work.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. But
can we stream on Twitter on this thing? Because a few people are on Twitter these days watching us.
Yeah, we are, dude.
Are we?
Yeah. Second one down, you dingbat.
Oh, geez. There we are too. My bad. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that, everyone. I will continue where I left off, and that is talking about my trip to USA at Hoot. No, I wasn't talking about that. Sorry about that. I just clicked on the wrong one. Big Mitch mixed back. Sorry about that, everyone. We're back by the looks of it. Facebook's killing us tonight. Okay, best 22. Trevor's best 22. Sam Doherty is a Monty, of course. Will we see him in some midfield time from his little appearance there, his little cameo appearance last year? Jacob Wiedering, of course. Nick Newman is the other back pocket for me. Adam Sard, perfect situation, halfback. Let's leave him there. This bullshit about him not being a defender is absolute garbage. And yeah, we want to try and give him way more license to run. Mitch McGovern is my choice for centre half back. I think he's going to be the man. Injuries, of course, and he needs to start performing because he's last year of his contract. Marchbank, you've already mentioned. Love to see him fully fit, and he's definitely our best 22. TDK is my man for first ruck. Sammy Walsh and Cripper to run around with him. My centre line, this is probably where it gets a little bit contentious. Chera, Hewitt, and our very own man, Carlton Live's own Jack Martin. Jack Martin is my breakout player this year. I think he's languished for too long in and out of the forward line or in the half forward line, getting lost and getting it kicked over his head. So I think he is our wingman. I think he's a perfect link man. I think he can float through the middle. I think he's a very smart footballer, and I think he's got the delivery that we need to send it through to Big Charlie and Harry. So, Jack Martin, you've just heard it here first to have a breakout year. Silvani is our best 22. He's our barometer. Charlie Curnow the other night. Look, he's if you go back to back, Coleman's. He just looked like a racehorse ready to start the Melbourne Cup the other day. Kennedy will continue where he left off last year, half forward, good overhead strength, mark, and he will play some time in the midfield, swapping from there as well. Durden, Harry, and Fisher are my full forward lines. Fisher, I think he's got to give up his hopes of playing anywhere near the guts. That's where he's got to try and make a name for himself. He's a smart footballer. He knows where the goals are. He's quick, and I'm giving him the starting role as his own. Interchange: Williams, Motlop, Akers, and Young. All I think just will balance out the side and can move into positions as required to balance that particular side out. And Boyd, who I think will play a fair bit of footy this year, is my sub. And I don't know what we're going to do with subs, but I'm naming him as we that's all we know for what's going to happen. Mick Lever loves it. Martin before Akers on the wing. Fifth says Budinia. Then again, there's no room anywhere else for him. So now we have 4 extra wingers. Depth. Okay, Johnny, what do you reckon?
Garbage.
Excellent. Really appreciate your feedback on that.
I'll just get that up. I don't have Newman in my best 22. Just couldn't fit him in. I'm playing 2 ruckman in my best 22.
At least I've got a graphic. You haven't even got a graphic.
I'm not playing. Yeah, fair enough. Martin on a wing is a big call, but I like it because one of his attributes is that he plays very tall, given his size. He's a great overhead mark when he's fit. When he's fit, he can run all day. I really like the idea, but there's a big but here if he's fit. Given his, soft tissue problems, I don't think at this stage of his career that he'll be able to fulfill that role long term.
I don't know where his contract states, but unfortunately, Martin hasn't been the recruit we wanted. Coincidentally, I've got his actual jumper that he's wore from again this. It's an actual match-worn jumper, part of our sponsorship for Jack Martin there. As you can see, not a lot of dirt on it, but that's another story. I'm sure it wasn't a muddy night that night. But look, for me, it's all or nothing for Jack this year, and he's just got to perform. And I think he's just languished in and out of spots. Yes, his injuries have caused him a lot of drama, but and we see what he does. We see kick 5 goals in the first round or whatever it was last year. We see that he's got the goods. He just needs to be let loose somewhere where he can bring it for more of a consistent time in the wing. And I think he's wasted down at the half forward line. But yeah, that's just me.
I like the call. I really do like it. Just fitness and injury depends, particularly his history with soft tissue. Otherwise, perfect.
Yep. Same with Marchie, and same with McGovern too.
Fair.
Yep.
I guess this is what it is, isn't it? Your best 22 is ideal scenario, 100% fitness.
Yep.
And everyone's happy.
And look, we've got senior players that have missed out of there. Ed, we've got Dow and O'Brien that are not there. We've got Plowman that's not there. There's Cunningham that could potentially at his best coming there. Even Cunningham's a what if more than anything. He hasn't proven himself in any consistent iota at all, except flashes in the pan. So I don't have any Cunningham anywhere near our best 22.
Well, not yet. He needs to prove himself fit, prove himself that he's got the skills and can break into a team, into a particular position.
Yeah. And what I like is most of our squad right now have played some form of AFL.
Yeah. And interesting, you didn't fit a new recruit in either, apart from Akers. And nor did I. I got to say,
we shouldn't be. We shouldn't at our where we are. Those players should not be coming in to play AFL footy. They should be well and truly behind our best 22.
Yeah, and that's great, isn't it?
Investment players.
Yeah, that's great.
Well, who else did like I said? Most of our players. There's players that can come in across every line. Durden can play defence. We know we've got Cottrell that can come in. Howies can play forward. Honey can play forward. So there's players that have played some senior footy, and that's what I love about our list right now. I said it last year. Our list has been strong as it ever will be. There's backups for backups, and I think the profile of the list, the age, is perfect to have a tilt at it.
Yeah, I think we've got, like you said, great backups, except for backline. I don't like our backups for backline, like our key position.
Give us your 22, mate.
Cool. I like Andrew Lake. Philp could be anything, but I'd also put Cunningham in that as well. Could be absolutely anything. Anyway, Here's JR's version.
Oh, you've got a graphic. Very nice. Give it to us.
What's this? Can you piss off this thing?
Yes, I can.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
All right. So I've got Lewis Young starting on the ground. I think him and Wiedering are going to be, albeit fit, they're going to be our bookie. They're going to be our two generals down in defence for a long, long time. They seem to work together well. They're only getting better in terms of working together. And, CC that term, McKay and Curnow, they're just getting better the more games that they play together. And the sum of the parts is more than the individual components, I think. And that's why I've got them together. I've got Marchbank in. Again, this is a scenario where everyone's fit and ready. I think he can be one of the best. McGovern, I didn't like putting him in, but again, that best 22 rule, if he can come in and provide a bit of intercept defence and then a bit of runoff, which we started to see, was actually a pretty good thing. So I've got him in ahead of, who was your guy in the back pocket?
Newman.
I've got him in just. Newman, if there's a need for a lockdown defence, I'll put Newman in there every day of the week over McGovern. That's what I've got at the moment. Doherty and Sard on the halfback flanks, of course. I've put Akers in purely from what I said before. We don't get players in unless they're going to be starting 22. Whether he's best 22, maybe I've got my wires a bit crossed there. Whether he's best 22, come crunch time is a different thing. But I'll put him there. Hewitt, Love, Walsh on a wing. Silvani in same spot as you, McKay same spot as you. Fisher, I like being as a half-forward flanker and pushing up into the midfield. I think he did some great stuff at the end of last season to be able to be a bit of a difference in the midfield. Still has the ability to stand up, still has the ability to get his arms free and get a handball away, even though he's about 45 kilos wringing wet. I've got Durden and Owies. I think they showed enough for me last year that they work well enough together. I'm not sure that they've got the talent of the other guys that could possibly be in their position, but they're solid and they keep the ball inside 50. So I've got those two there. And Curnow's an obvious one. I've got McKay instead of Curnow at half forward because I think McKay does a wonderful job going down the ground and creating those contests, being that link up person. But that's heads or tails between those two because they really swap that role anyway. I've got Pitnet as my ruck. Like I said, I think TDK is a forward ruck. Pitnet at his best provided some excellent contests last year and really gave us first use. And I think if you tracked our success or lack thereof after him going down, I think it would be almost the same, wouldn't it? Would be on the same trajectory. Cripps, obviously, Chera, obviously, interchange. Kennedy comes in. Williams, I've got a big question mark over him, but I just put him in there in terms of him being fully fit and being able to fulfill a role. TDK, just to rest one of the forwards or to rest the ruck. And Martin, again, big question mark there for me. I'm not convinced of him. I think we're almost at the stage of the centre field type of scenario because that we can't hold on to guys who might be.
You've managed to put some reasonably logical discussion points around your team to save it, to save your face, I suppose. Since you gave my team a bake.
Come on, we've got to have a little bit of fun.
Of course. A lot of discussion. I think Owies a lot of people are pushing back. Adam says Owies can't be best 22. Luigi's out for Owies for Motlop. I just think that from what I've seen from Motlop and his projection and his development, I just see him being a better player than Owies. Again,
I get that.
Yep, and I get Owies going in there because he's performed and he's a great competitor.
And then there's the question: is Owies better than Durden in that particular role?
Yeah, that's true.
That's a really good conversation to have and a great spot to be, given that we had nothing. We had to get Eddie Betts in.
Of course. And look, Owies copped a bit of a bake for not hitting the scoreboard enough, but the work that he does off the ball had gone. Well, I think went unnoticed a lot. I think his numbers for goal assists were pretty high, even though he didn't hit the scoreboard. So he does a lot of hard work off the ball, Owies, and he did a lot of work, to trap that ball inside. So yeah, good argument for Owies.
Durden. Sorry, go.
No, you go.
What I like about Owies most of all, and this probably comes from his basketball career, is finding space where there is none. All of a sudden there's this gap and he fills it. I think that's one of his biggest strengths, and he becomes an outlet. When everything else is taken up, every other space is taken up. Our big forwards are taken, Silvani's taken. He just seems to find that space, and he becomes that outlet kick.
That's because no one gives him credit enough to want to man up on him.
Could be. I'm going to go the positives and say he's got the smarts to get there. Because you got to think of a basketball court as, to find space in a basketball court is absolutely impossible. So he's used that knowledge and say, right, if I get a foot of space and we get a meter of space, that's it, it's done.
Yeah, look, and I think Akers probably fits in our best 22, but I don't know if he's deserves a starting lineup based on what he's done so far in his career. I think he's been an average at St Kilda and he was average at Freo, and both of those teams were, I suppose, average at the time. We don't want average anymore. Again, back to the profile of the player and his body size and the fact we do need a wing. He's a good pickup for sure. I just don't have him deservedly, I don't think, in front of any of our other players right now that are in our team.
Sorry, mate, we've gone off Facebook again. I think we need to just cut this loose.
I'll try. No, it says we're streaming. We're good here.
Yeah. I've just restarted.
Oh, okay.
But this is about 10 times now.
Yeah. All right. We'll give it 5 more minutes and we'll finish up.
Fair enough. Yeah. It's a shame for the audience because we've had some great discussion.
Well, Facebook, I think.
Yeah, but Facebook is shit. Everyone's starting to realise this. They've poured all this money into Meta, which hasn't worked, and they've left the king alone. This
is the first time we've had any real issues with streaming to Facebook, I would have thought.
Yeah, maybe it's a restream issue. Maybe we should have just gone straight to Facebook and just see how that went.
Yeah, well, we're back on board again. Sorry to everyone. It's been a pretty cool night. Really appreciate you tuning in and sorry for these issues. We'll try and sort that out for next year and we won't pay our Facebook bill and see what happens.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. We've had some great discussion. I'm not sure how much you all got.
Thankfully, it was only for me all bullshit rambling about your shitty team that you put up. So we didn't miss much. We didn't miss too much.
Hey, you put Martin on a wing.
No, mate. Mark my words. Remember this moment in time, my friend.
Hey, mate, I've got no form to go
on. Correct. Look, and again, it's good. Cottrell can play. Honey is a project guy. He's going to really see where he is. Philip, like I said, Andrew Martin mentioned. We've got a team of senior. Of every player on our list has pretty much played senior footy. I think there's only a couple that probably haven't played senior footy. Murkov is one that springs to mind, but I think most of them have played some sort of senior footy over the time, and that's really important for where we sit as a list in the footy club.
Yeah. I would have liked to us, and I've said this a million times, I would have liked to us just to have made at least an elimination final and get that into the guys, but now I reflect on it. The Melbourne and the Collingwood games were as good as elimination finals, weren't they? Really? I mean, we didn't show up for Brisbane, but the Melbourne and Collingwood games after it were our elimination finals. I reckon we're ready.
I'm pretty sure we would have won the grand final if we just got into the 8.
Yeah, well, maybe not.
We would have put a better showing on than the bloody the Swans anyway.
I think anyone would have.
Speaking of anyone,
Birds would have done a better job.
Speaking of anyone, big shout out to the mighty Ariat Eagles, premiers of the Football League, from being smashed by 500 points a couple of years ago to the premiers this year, our first in our long and illustrious history. It was a great day down there at Glen Thompson, I think we played at, and just to be part of that little team that I've been a life member of and part of. So shout out to the old Ariat Eagles for tonight. For winning the flag.
Yeah, great stuff. Great stuff. From my local point of view, it's a big shout out to Shadow Brain, who's a Noosa player who got onto Brisbane Lions rookie list. Fantastic guy, amazing kick, and his read of the play, and he's just such a cool head. He's going to go long distances. If he was at Assumption or places like that, he would have been top 10.
Excellent. We'll sign off very soon. Love to hear what everyone's up to for the break. Are you having a break? What are you up to? Are you celebrating Christmas? Are you not celebrating Christmas? Whatever you're doing, hope it's an enjoyable one with friends and family, and especially a safe one. There is a training session coming up on the 14th at Icon Park, an open session. It's probably going to be a bit bigger. There'll be a few more kids around, as possibly off school. So hopefully I can head down to that one and see a few people there. That'd be nice. What are you up to over the break, Johnny?
Oh, look, I've got Mum coming up for Christmas, which is great. We've she's fully wheelchair bound now, which is sad, but we've just found some wonderful places up here who will just take her in and shower her and wash her and all that for nothing. It's just there's something to be said about a country sort of atmosphere that everyone just wants to dig in and help, and it's kind of cool. So we'll find our way. It's great to see her up here for Christmas. Great to see my niece up here for Christmas. So really looking forward to it.
Oh, nice. That's nice. What is everyone else up to before we head off? Everyone's probably checked out right now since we've checked out with our Facebook issue. But we're looking forward as Carlton Live to hopefully a big next year. If you would love to be part of the show, whether you'd like to do your own show, we'd love to hear from you. Drop us a Facebook message or a Twitter message. We'd love to hear from you. If you've got any social media skills, if you've got any graphic skills, digital skills, we'd love to hear from you. If you want to do your own show, like I said, please reach out to us. We're happy to grow our little platform a little bit more next year. The less of our heads you might see, we'll probably still see us on a Tuesday night. We're looking forward to getting back into it next year, no doubt, Johnny. Well, I am. I don't know about you.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Yeah.
Excellent. All right, it's been a little good session, interrupted unfortunately, but it's been good to get back on, Johnny, and have a couple of little sherbets tonight.
Actually, yeah, just you and me chatting has been great. If other people are chiming in, it's great. That's a bonus.
Yeah, that is a bonus. All right, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said before, whatever you're up to for Christmas, whether you're celebrating, whether you're not, whether you're having a break, we wish you all the best for the new year. I don't think we're going to do another show before the new year, are we, Johnny?
I don't think there's any need, is there?
No, probably not. Keep an eye out for us.
Less is more.
Yeah, less is more. Be safe, be good. Everything's happening this year. Next year, I'm very confident to predict that we will win the flag next year. So that just, show your house and put that down on it as well.
Yeah, and one of the best things that we've seen this year, one of the highlights for me, I think, is one of Essendon's recruits was actually born after their last finals appearance, which was, just fantastic. A last finals win, sorry. That was awesome.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it. All right, my friend. Good night. Thank you very much. Great to talk to you.
Mate.
Great to chat.
Thank you
Good
all.
stuff. Sorry about your best 22 being cut off there, but it was pretty cool anyway.
Cheers. Good night.
Thank you, my friend. Good night, everyone. Thank you for joining us, and speak soon. Good night.